Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
It's showtime.
It's showtime.
Showtime!
Round up the usual suspects.
We take films really seriously.
Serious. You talking to me? You talking to me?
That's 6! That's a 6 out of 10. Wait.
You can't handle the truth! You can do it!
It's all for me.
Yeah, baby!
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the bench.
Nick, I got it. Google. You got us a job at Google? Not a job. It's an interview for an internship that could lead to a job. Nick, this might be the last chance that we got.
The concept of the film is that you have two guys, I think, not unlike a lot of people nowadays, who lose their jobs and are just a little bit older than growing up in the age of learning a lot of the skills that are popular in the tech industry. So they sort of lose their jobs, feel like their lives haven't really amounted to a lot. And my character gets an idea that, that Google's a place where there's a lot of possibilities. It feels like a phenomenal place to work, where there's nap pods and ping pong tables and volleyball courts and lots of places to eat in restaurants. And also that they're doing really interesting stuff and cool stuff. And, why not us? Why can't we go and why can't we be a part of that? The only problem, of course, being that we don't have any of the skills that you would necessarily think that you would need to go to a place like this.
When his character has the idea that we should go work at Google, well, how are we going to compete with, these, 20-year-old, computer whizzes? And he says that, well, there's more to it than that. Even Google, you got to be able to sell things and connect with people. And so we imagine that to be sort of our strong suit, and that's going to be kind of our entree into this world.
People have their interviews on the internet. Okay, here they are. And when I hit this, they'll be able to see us. So come on and get in here close so we can be seen in the webcam. No, hit cheek to cheek. Nick, come here, cheek to cheek.
Don't crowd me.
We can see you guys.
Okay, good.
You got us?
Hi.
We can hear you fine as well.
Oh, great.
Good.
Billy McMahon.
Nick Campbell.
So I think the fun of the movie is our characters kind of at rock bottom sort of feel like, why not take a chance at the best place to work at, where it seems the most exciting, where it's filled with the most possibilities.
When we begin working as interns at Google, we get assigned to a team of other interns. Everyone's about 20 in college, and we're from the University of Phoenix online. And so there is sort of a disconnect between us and these kids.
There's a lot of comedy, but I think the comedy in this movie comes out of really relatable situations and sometimes painful situations. But you also really need to trust these characters and believe them. There's an authenticness to their journey that they take that you really want audiences to relate to. These guys really do go through some tough things in the first act, which I think a lot of people are going through or know people that are. And they really do just want to have a chance to have their life matter, to do something that they're excited about.
Close the company?
Everything's computerized now.
People have a deep mistrust of machines. Have you seen Terminator?
Yep.
Or 2? Or 3? Or 4?
All of them. You two were great salesmen, but face it, you're dinosaurs.
To me, the source of the comedy is, the idea of just seeing, these two guys that couldn't be more out of place in this world, trying to navigate their way through it and to kind of get a job.
As you sort of buy our way in, into the world, and it's done very much in a comedic tone, but there's real stakes to the film. I mean, there's a real back against the wall feeling where these guys are concerned that this is really their last shot. They don't have much to go back to. They really have ran out of options, and this is something that they really need to make work.
Well, right when I land at Google, I sort of have eyes for this, very attractive woman who is a higher up at Google, and that is played by Byrne, who is a beautiful Australian woman. And, those scenes have been great to do.
It is impressive, staying at work till midnight every day, also on the calendar.
Look, Nick, I gotta tell you, this is just never gonna happen.
This.
I mean...
Oh, no. This is me reaching out as an intern. They've encouraged us to approach experienced Googlers and just pick their brains.
Oh, I'm sorry. Of course. Well, initially, Nick is very, forward and flirty with Dana, and she's kind of got his number and is very much knows who he is, and she doesn't want him to win the internship she doesn't want his application when he first comes across her desk. Like, she's like, are you kidding? No way. So it's already like she's very dismissive of him and aware of his sort of prowess. But he's Owen Wilson, and he's very charming. And he wins her over, and sort of, despite herself, she kind of goes on this date.
The story of her character is a little bit that she's, finds herself kind of, consumed by work, that she's just always, where you don't have time for much else.
It's a really true thing that exists, and that really interests me to try to bring that to life in a character. Working with Owen is really fun because he's a natural improviser. He's so funny naturally all the time, and he's like very much there for you as a scene partner, and hopefully we have some chemistry.
I always thought that Shawn had a great optimism to him, and always had kind of a hopefulness in his filmmaking, and a sort of a grandness to it. And he's also a very funny guy, and in real life he's got a very good sense of humor. And I think he has a lot of great skills that are unique that all sort of come into play in this movie, because you want the movie to look very big. You're creating a world that's spectacular and really commands sort of to be shot in a way that's complementary to the impact that the world has, which is Google, which Shawn has. Also the comedy, he's as funny as anybody.
Shawn Levy is wonderful. I mean, not only is he very warm and kind and supportive as a director, but he's like energy plus. He's like the most energetic person on the set. He's like he's intensely focused and enthusiastic.
The thing that Shawn has is really a connection to sort of hope and to a human optimism that ultimately is underneath the films.
As much as the movie is a kind of revelatory look at the unusual culture of Google, the movie needs to work. And what we've been kind of gratified about, frankly, is I think the movie works separate from it being even set at Google. Because ultimately, the movie is not about Google. It's not about the tech field. It's about every one of us who'd like to believe that another shot is possible, that another kind of chapter in the story of you is possible. Because I don't know anyone who doesn't relate to that.
This reminds me of a little girl from a steel town who had the dream to dance. The deck was stacked against Alex. You know how she overcame those odds? By believing in herself and trying. She literally had to become a maniac. She had to strip down to nothing. She had to sit in that chair and arch her back, and she pulled a chain to nowhere and doused herself with water.
Are you talking about Flashdance? The movie from the 80s?
Yeah, you're damn right I am.